Are you ready to visit the motherland to relax and rejuvenate? Are you ready to explore all that Africa has to offer? Then check out the brand new Diversified Game Academy course, Prepare for My First Trip to Africa. Are you worried about being able to afford the trip? We got you. We will show you how to travel either on a budget or as a baller. Learn how to stress the value of the USD. Did you know that 100 United States dollars is worth over 1,000 South African rand or 10,000 Kenyan shillings or 54,250 West African CFA? Are you worried about taking your kids? Get the game from Kellen Cash, a bona fide world traveler, having traveled to almost 20 countries, several of those in Africa. Get the game on taking your kids on their first trips. Learn how to find the best tickets, get the visas, and plan your own adventures in Africa. Don't let Eddie Murphy have all the fun. Plan your own coming to Africa trip starring you, produced by you, and featuring you. If you are ready for a life-changing experience, sign up for our course today, Diversified Game Academy. Get prepared and purchase at diversifiedgame.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is October the 4th, Friday, and we here tonight. We here. We're gonna have a conversation, and I don't know where this conversation is gonna go, but usually when I have these kind of conversations, they turn out okay, but I don't know where I'm gonna start, and I surely don't know where I am going to finish. Hope everybody's week has been going good and everything, and just a few things so we kind of get started. We coming up on these holiday seasons, right? Won't be coming up, you got your Thanksgiving, your Christmas, and all the things that's coming up. Just make sure to remember your payments on the for the Ethiopia trip. Those of you who are going to Ethiopia, just make sure to remember that, and that way it won't be too long, and you'll be going to Ethiopia and kind of see some things over there, right? And trust me, I need to go to Ethiopia myself right about now. I need to get away from this mess in America. I need a vacation. On top of that, I appreciate everybody who has downloaded the African Diaspora News Channel app and the Google Play and Apple App Store. I greatly, greatly appreciate you for that, because that is, to me, the true people who's going to support outside of the YouTube platform, because the YouTube platform, or if it's TikTok, Facebook, or whatever, these people can take you off of these platforms at any minute, or they don't have to take you off. They can demonetize your whole channel. They can do a whole lot of things with just like this, right? And on the app, I don't have to worry about waking up to an email or anything that goes along with these platforms. Being on these platforms is the most stressful thing ever, to be honest with you. It's not enjoyable like some people think it could be because of those stresses. It used to be, at one point in time, it used to be just really enjoyable. You made content. You knew what the rules were. Say, okay, I can't go past this line, right? I can't say this. But if you go to the time where it was really fun, to the time now, you got to be so doggone careful what you say. I mean, you would act like we are in freaking kindergarten class and you can't say hardly nothing. You can't, do much, right? So this is why we have our app and we don't have to worry about that over there, right? Certain videos that be put up, I may say, hey, we can't put that up here. Like Emma, I know 2 videos she says, oh, we can't put that up here, or whatever, videos, we just maybe can't put it on this platform. So that's why it's very, very important, to support that app. Like I said, we just want 10,000 people to support it. That's it. We're not asking for 1 million. We're not asking for none of that. We just 10,000 people is enough. Now we can get 1 million, we'll take it. But 10,000 people is enough. Because, it's more so supporting our own. And everybody who helps me with that is people in the community. It helps us to, bring people in to help us because, hey, I finally filled a hole that we needed with some editing. I appreciate that. A sister just came in today. So shout out to that sister for that. She used to work in TV and everything like that, editing for TV. So I'm glad to have her on. Well, y'all supporting us helps us to do that because we can get content out faster. Content's not sitting. It's a lot of things that's going on that what we're trying to do, right? And to offer multiple things because let's call it what it is. We can't talk about one thing all the time. We have to, try to diversify a little bit, right? And, I thought about people over the years that like the platform and things like that. I want them to be informed in other things sometime too, right? Because, okay, people know about the Democrats sometime. Okay, got it. We'll talk about the Democrats or Republicans, whatever you want to talk about. But sometimes people may want to hear something else sometime, right? We have supporters, literally I'm telling you, we have supporters all over the world, literally, right? So we want to make sure all our people all over the world can get in. Now, if you tell me, because somebody got on my nerves yesterday, and I'm just going to warn you ahead of time. I think I kind of mentioned, well, on my podcast later, you'll probably hear me go in depth. My block finger's back. I haven't picked up my block finger in a long time. But my block finger's back. If you say something stupid, I'm not arguing with nobody anymore. I don't argue with nobody anyway, right? I'm just going to block you. Don't listen. If you're speaking for yourself, speak for yourself, right? And that's fine. No issues, no problem. But if you start trying to speak for the group, we don't want to do this and we don't, man, look, I'm going to block you. Go get your we self out of here. You sound French now. We speaking I, myself, whatever, right? So, yeah, because I'm just aggravated on certain things. And I'm going to talk about some of my aggravations tonight, but it's going to go into a good place, right? And some of you may feel my same frustrations. So, and thank you, Gary. I appreciate you. Oh, you say from DFW. Okay. I appreciate you. You said, thanks to Biden and Kamala, the only place I'm going is back to work. I'm too broke to go on the trip. But see, that's another thing, right? There's other things that you may need to learn that maybe can help you make some money. Well, if we talking about Biden and Kamala all the time, then you're not going to learn nothing other than Biden and Kamala. Now, and then do we want to attract new viewers, right? Sometimes new viewers want to hear more things than just Biden and Kamala or Trump or the Republicans or whatever, right? Believe it or not, I talk about 1,000 different things outside of this platform. Believe it or not, if you have a conversation with me, I'm very versed in a lot of things, but sometimes I don't bring it here because it's call it what it is. A lot of y'all don't want to watch it. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. A lot of you don't want to watch it. I see it. When I look at certain content and I see hardly no viewership on something, then I turn around and talk about Kamala or something related to the Democrats and boom, the views go way up. Well, what is that? That's what when y'all say that Y'all want more things for people to make other things besides the same old. Y'all in control of that as viewers. Even on TV, y'all in control. You say, why Love and Hip Hop is always on? Because there's an audience for it. And if y'all don't watch something, it goes away. If a person's on and that particular personality, y'all not watching them, that person eventually is going to go away and get replaced with a personality you will watch. You understand? So if you want more substance, then you got to view it. You got to watch it. Your viewership tells people, okay, we can produce more of that because you're watching it. If your viewership don't go, but your viewership's over here, this is why you get stuck in the circle of the same thing. Now, maybe some people don't care about that. Maybe say, hey, I want to be just infotained, and okay, that's fine, right? But there's a lot of content creators, I'm telling you, that would love to bring y'all some very educational stuff at times, but y'all don't watch it. You know, you just don't. And it's not the content creator's fault if they keep giving you what you want, right? I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I've talked to many content creators, and the reason why y'all get a certain type of content, because that's what you watch. So, so with that being said, let me go ahead on and get, well, you know, Miss Andrea, let me talk about that, Miss Andrea, before I get to this devotional. I had Renelle Way on last night. Okay, Renelle Way's young. She's 26 years old, and Renelle Way got some things to learn, just as much as I had to learn. Man, if you go look at my first videos from way back in the gap to now, it's night and day. Matter of fact, Renelle Way is a lot better than I was back then. Oh my God. I can't stand to watch an old video of myself. She's way better than me. I give her that. She might not have the knowledge I have. Okay, I've been doing this 12 years. I know how to study certain things. She hasn't been here 12 years, right? If you look at Juan Gale, if you look at Juan Gale, she first started to now, night and day. But what happened? During that time, Juan Gale was, asking questions. I would say, hey, Juan Gale, try this. Hey, Juan Gale, research this. Hey, do this. And then with time, Juan Gale got very good at what she was doing, right? But in the beginning, Juan Gale wasn't where she's at now, not by a long shot. So I know it takes at least a person a year to kind of get it. So I'm working with everybody behind the scenes to try to help them to make them better. Like I see, okay, certain education you may need. I may say, hey, read this book, go to this museum so you can learn. Hey, take this, over here, do this, do that. Now, there was some legitimate critiques of Renelle Way last night that I thought was legitimate. And I appreciate those critiques. I took all those critiques and I talked to her and I said, hey, okay, Renelle Way, these are legitimate critiques. So do this. It's just to make you better. Because some people got legitimate critiques about me. And I've taken those critiques over the years and I say, okay, they right about that. So let me do this, and this so I can be better. Because not everybody's hating on you. Some people's actually giving you some legitimate critique at what you're doing, right? So, for the people that gave legitimate critiques, I appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. That helps her to be better in the future. And I'm going to see to it that she follows through with the plan that I gave her to expand her education, right? All right. So he said Sexy Red needs no attention. Why y'all mention Sexy Red already? Man, Sexy Red is only good for the gym. Oh, I guess if you go into the club, I guess. And it's not really Sexy Red. It's the producers that's making her music. Because Sexy Red has some music that you can vibe to in the gym. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes, you do. You can't take that away from Sexy Red now. It's the producers, not her rap skills. But outside of that, no. But anyway, let's go ahead on and get to this. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this tonight. And then we'll go ahead on and get started with our, what we're going to talk about.
To the extreme and violent nature of this crime, this court finds it fitting to try the defendant as an African American. Henceforth, you will be referred to for the jury by the name Wandell Brown.
Once the trial begins next week, all courtroom images of Hannah will depict her as a 300-pound muscular black man, and jury members will be instructed to imagine her as such.
We're going to do our best to make sure that Hannah is treated with the sympathy and sensitivity that she, as a photogenic white girl, deserves.
This is America. Nobody deserves to be treated as a black man.
Now that Hannah has been ruled black, the court has instructed local media to assume she's guilty, and the police have retroactively charged her with assaulting her arresting officer.
Hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're here, and it's coming up very fast, at least for some of you. Let me go ahead on and switch to my screen over here. It's coming up for some of you. I know for me it'll be coming up here in let me check my calendar. Hold on, let me check my calendar. We on the, okay, let me see, hold on, Monday. Okay, well, Monday for me it'd be 2 weeks, I can go vote. Okay, so at least in Texas, October 21 starts early voting. But if some of you maybe done the mail-in ballot thing or whatever, make sure you go to vote.gov. Please get registered to vote, because a lot of states, today may be your last day to register, or in some states it may be Monday or so. I think Texas is either, I think it's Monday or today. I don't know. But get registered to vote if you can. Participate in the election. If you're going to participate, if you choose to sit it out, that's your business too. I can't tell you what to do and not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to sit it out, but hey, if you choose to, I completely understand why you want to sit it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go it on and get started tonight. All right. Cynthia, I am here to make people better. Cynthia, if I don't make people better, then I can't go do other things, right, Cynthia? This platform will never grow if I'm doing everything. I'm not egotistical like that, where I have to be my face everywhere. I have to do, look, if it was up to me and I can have a great team of people and y'all see me maybe once a week, that would be beautiful for me. I mean, I don't need to be here all the time, because that way I can go do other things behind the scenes. I can grow the platform, or I can go work on other parts of the platform that I want to work on. To grow that, make that better, build teams on other places. Then once I build teams in other sections, I'll move on and go do the next thing. I like doing that. I like building teams. Sometimes it could be frustrating, but when you get the right people in place, Cynthia, it's great. It's great. All right. So. What inspired me to make this tonight? A few things. Right? You see at the bottom, I says the 2024 election has brought out the worst in some people. And I'm not going to say all, but I'm going to say in some people. This election has been very, very interesting to me. I've covered a lot of these elections for years. I didn't see this with Obama. I didn't see this with Hillary, Trump. I didn't see this with Biden, Trump. But this election has been something interesting, to not say something else. Very, very interesting. I've seen black, and I'm going to say black American people. I'm not even done. We ain't talking about no immigrants or nothing like that. We're talking about black American people. I've seen them, it's like they're under a spell or something. I don't know if they have done some sort of seance to a lot of these black people. I don't know if they have just, I don't know what they done to them, but a lot of them have literally lost their last minds. I mean, people that I used to enjoy watching and respect, even so much so, they have literally lost their minds behind a woman and a political party who has shown no loyalty to Black America. Then they will say people like myself is wrong and crazy for pointing out what they're not doing for Black Americans, which includes them. You understand what I'm saying? These same people talk against reparations or lie about reparations, lie about it, and say Kamala supports reparations. How does she support reparations when our homeboy Gavin Newsom in freaking California just vetoed a bill to stop black people from reclaiming land that was taken from them. How does the Democrat Party care about black people? And this is how wild it is. Wouldn't it be politically expedient for you to sign a bill to give black people their land back and then get on TV and say, hey, we signed this bill to give black people their land back because the Democrat Party cares about black Americans and we want to right the wrongs of history, and that's why we did it. And then that would have made the Democrat Party look good. If they would have signed a reparations bill in California, that would have made the Democrat Party look real good and say, hey, us Democrats, we care about reparations and righting the wrongs of slavery. And this is why we signing this bill. And then if Kamala was smart, she would have been there at the signing of that bill and say, yes, and you know what? And we did this here. We're going to do this on a federal level, too, if you elect me, because I support making sure black Americans are made whole. Kamala Harris would win that election hands down. I promise you she would have won that election. Because if Kamala Harris and the Democrats would have been talking like that, I would have been talking about Harris walls all day long. I wouldn't have been talking about no Trump. I wouldn't even be mentioning Trump, about policies of Trump. Like, I don't care, because if she gonna give me reparations, I'm going with Kamala. But is the Democrats doing any of that? Have they done any of that for black people? It was too easy for them to do it. Too easy for her to ride off of the coattails of that. Am I the only one crazy enough to think about that? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong that you had the opportunity to make the Democrat Party look real good before the election. And it could have assisted Kamala Harris in getting the black vote probably at the level of Obama. If the Democrats and Kamala would have been on that. I know a lot of black people would have voted for her if she would have been on that. You understand? But yet you got these shills, and I'm not talking about the ones that's on comment sections. No. You got these shills who's making content, and these shills are mentioning all our names and all of that. And they're sitting up here lying constantly. And so sometimes when some of them mention me and people bring it to my attention, they say, hey, some of them I won't even watch 2 seconds. I'm telling you, I won't. I don't want to hear that. And sometimes I don't pay attention to it. But certain ones, I like listen to that for a few minutes. So sometimes I listen to it for a few minutes. I'm not going to entertain the whole thing because I just don't like certain things in my spirit. I'll be honest with you. I just don't. I learned a long time ago. Don't listen to certain things and get in your spirit. Don't do that. Maybe you need to hear a certain thing and then shut it off. But then sometime I may go to the comment section. I may see what people are actually saying sometime about in relation to whatever that content is. And one thing that I kind of realized is that even a good portion of people that's watching me are hardcore Democrats. And some of them don't really like what I'm saying in this election cycle because you got two types. You got the hardcore Democrat and then you got the disgruntled Democrat, right? And I probably have more disgruntled Democrats around, but it's still Democrats. So the disgruntled Democrats are complaining about the Democrats all day, but they'll still go vote for them no matter what. They're not going to vote for nobody else. They're not going to even sit it out. But they'll say, well, I feel right on what he's saying, and they haven't done nothing for us, but I can't vote for Trump. When have I ever told you go vote for Trump? Once again, when have I told anybody go vote for Trump? I didn't say that. Some people are very ignorant who's repeating that. I never said to go vote for Trump. I said you can vote for anybody else but him. You could choose the blue. That's what I said. You can vote for the couch. If you want to vote for Trump, it's your business. You want to vote for Dr. Jill Stein. You want to vote for Cornel West. You want to vote for Robert Kennedy. If you want to vote for yourself, you can do that too. That's what I said. I'm not leaning into nobody. I think everybody should have their own choice. I just said what I'm not voting for and what I suggest based off of the actions of the Democrat Party and what they have done to Black Americans, but they not prioritizing Black Americans. But you have some people in this country, Black Americans, who part of those 2/3 I'm talking about, they believe that they don't supposed to get anything. You understand? They believe they don't supposed to get anything at all. They believe that as long as I can just vote and participate in the process, have a job, and hopefully I make it on the sweet by and by, that's all I doggone need. That's all I need for myself. Okay? But are people who say, wait a minute, hold on. I'm watching white people get things. I'm watching Hispanics get things. I'm watching Asians. I'm watching East Indians. I'm watching Arabs. I'm watching all these different people get things and being prioritized. Why can't I get any tangibles? Why? Why is it that I can't, get access to certain money? What about my businesses? What about our home ownership rates? What about, a black anti-black hate crime bill? What about us? The Asians got one. Why can't we get one? Oh, they can't do. You already got a hate crime bill. Okay, well, why they wouldn't do one for the Asians then? You understand what I'm saying? And I noticed. Listen, I've talked to other communities. I've talked to just about all of them. I've talked to white people. I've talked to Hispanics. I've talked to Asians. I've talked to East Indians. I've talked to Arabs. And one thing I noticed in this community, and this is actually a worldwide problem, with anybody that's Black, African descent, whatever, we have the biggest self-hate, self-defeating, self-sabotage group of people in any other group I've ever seen. I've never seen a group that self-sabotage as much as I've seen with Black folks. And this is a global problem. It's just not a Black America issue. It's not just a Caribbean issue on an African continent issue. It is a whole issue. I don't know what happened to a lot of our people globally, but you see another Black person and you can't stand them. If they get $5 more than you want to destroy them. You will team up with anybody that's against them to destroy them. And what do you get out of it? Well, at least, hey, I took him down. I took her down. Some of y'all I see on the internet, you got sisters out here trying to braid y'all hair. And you go sit in that sister's chair, knowing you didn't have no money when you sat in that chair. And then some of you I've seen on these videos will sit up here and say, oh, well, yeah, my boyfriend gonna pay for it. Oh, my mama gonna give me the money, or try to run out of a place when this sister's taking all this time to braid your doggone hair. And that takes time. But you wouldn't go pull that with the white folk. You wouldn't dare go sit in their chair, because see, white people not gonna play that with you. Because the moment you pull that, they calling the police on you. Talking about theft of service. I seen a video the other day of a brother cut somebody's hair. It was here locally in Houston. Cut somebody's hair up and talking about he was trying to find some money or whatever. But when he sat in that brother's chair, he knew he ain't had no money. He knew. It's that old trifling stuff like that you see go on. Or you have a brother or sister that have a business, right? And they doing good. Who she thinks she is. She ain't better than me. That sister that say she was better than you, she don't even know you. But a Black woman can't thrive. Oh, you looking at her all funny because she getting in her Range Rover or she got her G-Wagon or something, and you just cutting eyes, looking at her all funny. Well, do what she did to get what she have. Instead of hating on her, why don't you pull her to the side and say, hey, sister, I see you got a nice business and you ride good. Man, you're dressing good. You look good. Like, what did you do? People sometimes will give you information sometimes just by asking in the community. Oh, you got another brother. He doing great. And just hating on the brother. Hating on him. For what? And that hate carries to everything. Now, let me get to some people that's older than me. Let me address y'all. Some of you men out here. Personally, some of you older men in your 60s and 70s, some of you maybe in your 50s or late 50s, some of you and how you talk to younger men, you are a failure and you're despicable in a lot of ways to me. One thing I don't respect is, well, first of all, is any kind of fool. But one thing I don't respect is the old fool. I don't respect that. Even the Bible talks about you don't want to be an old fool. You're sitting up here trying to teach young people to follow the ways of your failure. What is your failure? Your failure is not worked for the younger generations. And you trying to lead the young people into the failure of just depend on the Democrat Party and they're going to save black people. They're going to do everything for black people. Oh, we just got to vote for the Democrats. We've done that. We've done that for 60 plus years, guy. And what has that produced for us as a community? Nothing. You know what other groups are doing? Like the Asians. The Asians don't go out there and really be out there stomping for voting like that. So they vote, don't get me wrong, but they don't do it as much as it's not a religion to Asian Americans, right? You know what's a religion to Asian Americans? Their economy. And that's why Asian Americans are doing so much better than even white people in this country. Listen, I don't hate on people. I look at what people are doing. I say, man, what is he doing? I don't hate on people. I say, what are they doing? And let me mimic what they doing if it's something that's illegal and lawful, of course. And they prioritize their economy. They're not trying to, if they're not trying to run to go get a job like some of you older men in the community that just told us to do as a younger men. Just get you a job and get you this and get you a degree. And don't tell us what kind of degree to get. You just tell us get a degree. So we just go get any old thing because we young, we don't know no better. Now we got a bunch of college debt and can't even get a job because y'all sold the thing that we just need to get a degree. We didn't say, hey, get a degree in this, get a skilled trade in this. Y'all were no kind of leaders. Y'all didn't prioritize your economy. And then it left it on the younger generations to finally wake up and say, you know what? We need to start looking at our economy. Because all this depending on the folks for a job. Listen, all that depending on the folks, a lot of that's going away because now the migrants are here. And guess what? Y'all advocated for them to be here, and y'all still advocating for them to be here because when younger people talk about these issues and problems, yo, why are you saying this about the migrants? They not hurting nobody. Really? Last time I checked, FEMA just spent $640 million out of the FEMA budget on migrants. And then when Americans need the money, they can't get it. So guess what? Americans are hurting in those hurricane areas, including black Americans. They're hurting right now. And that hurt is directly caused from the migration, the open border policies. But you don't have no honesty to admit it. Then you get up here and you say, this is what they say, y'all. Listen. They get up here and say, well, you see, the Republicans, they block more funding. Okay, let's talk about that. Let me make it simplistic. Because they're not going to make it simplistic for you. And they're going to see, you don't know how the government works. You guys just talk, but you don't know how your government works. And you don't either. And so let me explain to you in a simplistic way. You're a parent, right? Mom, dad. You give your teenage child $100. Your 16-year-old, hey, go to the mall, get a couple of articles of clothing or something like that. Let's say just with $100. We're going to just say $100 even, right? So you gave your child this money to go and to go to the mall get, a couple of shirts or whatever the case may be. I'll say, hey, shop wisely. Don't come out of there with one piece of all clothing. If you do, that's what you did, right? Okay, cool. So your child comes back up to you maybe the next day or so and say, hey, can I have another $100? So you say, did you buy some clothes? I mean, because I said, maybe I didn't see it yet. Did you buy some clothes? Nah, I didn't buy clothes. What did you do with it? Well, my friends was at the mall, and so what ended up happening, like we went to the restaurant that's in the mall, and I paid for everybody to eat, and that's kind of like what I did with my friends. We had a good time, XYZ. So I really don't have the money anymore because I paid for me and all my friends to eat. Did I not tell you to go get clothes with that? Not spend it on your friends? Yeah. I'm not going to give you anything because the money I gave to you for your clothes, you would have spent it on your friends. Why in the world would I give you more money? Because you didn't do what I told you to do the first time. I can't trust you now with this money. So what I gathered, the Republicans that said, I can't trust y'all with the money. Why would I give y'all more money? Y'all went and spent it on the migrants. If I give you more, you're probably going to spend it all on the migrants. So because they squandered the money, we talking about Mayorkas, Alejandro Mayorkas, and Homeland Security and all of that, right, with FEMA. They squandered the money. Now it's the Republicans' fault? No, it's your fault. Because if you wouldn't have spent that money on migrants, that money would be sitting in FEMA right now to help out American citizens. But these deceptive Democrats will sit up here and tell you, well, it's the Republicans. They the one won't fund it. Oh, yeah, Great Black Shark. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, that classic. You didn't take a civics class. And the funny part is that was brought up in a think tank. When you hear these shills all repeat the same thing, like, come on, one person may say thing, maybe two, but all of them literally at the same time repeat the same line. You didn't take a civics class. You didn't take a civics class. Well, see, that's what it is. You need to learn civics. When you hear them all saying the same thing, do you know they get an email every day from these Democrat think tanks? Just like y'all talk about the Heritage Foundation or Project 2025. They have the same type of think tanks for Democrats. And they get emails, the shills get emails every day about what the talking points are. So they look at what people like myself and many others are saying, and then they say, okay, they're saying this, so respond in, you need to take a civics class. You don't know enough. And they send them these email blasts all the time, and they give them the talking points on how to deal with, the constant challenges that they're having. So these elders are sitting up here leading us right back into the same thing. Then what I don't respect about some of you older men, you're lying. You're straight lying. Listen, if you're going to talk, tell the truth. Don't lie. I'm telling you just from experience, your integrity and your legacy is everything. Don't lie. Now, if Kamala Harris wants to lie about Project 2025, then and I can't believe that people are running with the lie. They're running with it, right? She's lying all the time about Project 2025. And then you got these older men who should be talking to the younger men instead of here lying with her, telling you as an older men, telling young men that we need to be following the Democrats and Kamala Harris. Black men don't care about no Democrats or Kamala Harris. Black men care about their back pocket. They care about their money. They care about feeding their families. Black men don't want to be broke. Matter of fact, black men don't even want to work for these folks. Black men want their own businesses. Every time, even when I talk to a young black man, a young brother, he want his own business. He want to get his bag. He don't want to have to be looking up to another man and say, can I take vacation? Well, I got to approve your vacation. I have to see. They don't want to go through that mess. They want their own money, man. And that's what I love about these younger brothers and sisters. They want their bag. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell them nothing wrong where they can't get their bag. I support these young people getting their money. Let me tell you young people something. Don't you go to college just to go to college. If you're going to go to college, go there strategically. What I mean by that, if you're not leaving college making $100,000 when you get out or very close to it, like maybe $90,000, $85,000, when you get out, then that degree you went and got, not even worth wiping your butt with. Get you a degree that it's going to be high demand and you're going to make a big bag. If you can't get a degree doing that, get into the skilled trades. I'm talking to my young men and women. Get into the skilled trades. Skilled trades is a lot cheaper to get that, and you can get to work faster. You can go get you a certificate at your local community college for some of these things, or a degree, and you'll be out there working in no time, making good money. Don't be sitting up here listening to all these older people out here who didn't leave nothing for you. That's another thing. That's what offends me more than anything. Y'all always bumping your gums and you didn't leave nothing for the younger people. You left us nothing. You had a great opportunity after the civil rights movement to build, and you didn't build anything. You were just partying, BSing, happy you had access to white men and white women, but you didn't build nothing to leave to us. You didn't carry that legacy of our ancestors who were builders. Now you had the opportunity to rebuild again, and you chose not to because you wanted a job. Then our brothers and sisters who had businesses, you didn't even go shop with them. You ran your behind the Macy's, Bloomingdale's. You went over there to eat with them folks. Them folks don't even cook like us, and you know it. Y'all left us nothing. And because you left us nothing, then a crack epidemic happened. A lot of brothers got into selling crack because, guess what? They had no money. That's how people got caught up with selling it. Y'all didn't leave nothing for us. We starting from the bottom, scraping our way up. And hopefully getting to a certain point. Then when we get to a certain point, you run off at your mouth about it. Because we got different concerns now. We're not listening to what you're saying because what you're saying is some old po-mouthing. Well, this political party or this person is going to, they got some racism. And we found out a long time ago, any supervisor we work with got some racism, or some of them got some racism. Did we quit our jobs? Did you quit your job? No. You didn't quit yours. You still worked in that place with that same racist supervisor. You dealt with him sometimes really disrespecting you, and you still stayed there. So you sitting up here, took it from them. We don't want to deal with that. We want to be our own boss. And then we get to a certain level in life, and we start talking about, hey, wait a minute. I want to start keeping my money. I don't want to be paying all these taxes. I don't want to be looking at all these migrants coming in here and getting all my tax dollars. Hey, certain things you start being concerned about. Oh, y'all getting like them Republicans. So you're equating Republicans to being, what, wealthy or something? They got poor Republicans, like they got poor Democrats. Oh, y'all sounding just like them. You must be supporting Project 2025. I don't know no black person running around here talking about Project 2025 and they support it. I don't know none of them. I talk to black Democrats. They don't support that. I talk to black Republicans. They don't even support that mess either. So what are you talking about? Oh, y'all just going to vote for Trump. That's how silly you are. And if a person do vote for Trump, what are you going to do about it? Otis, what are you going to do about it? If they choose to vote for Trump, what are they going to do about it? Mr. Otis, let me tell you this. Why don't you ask yourself the question, how is it that Democrats squandered their support from 2020 when just about every black person, the majority, couldn't stand Trump behind. You got to remember, I don't smoke drugs, and neither do I drink like that either. So my memory, thank God, is very good. I remember when a lot of black people couldn't stand Trump. And within 4 years' time, not that long, black people couldn't stand Trump, couldn't wait to vote against Trump. Now they talking about voting for Trump? Y'all, Mr. Otis, y'all, you got to explain that one, sir. Explain how black folks went from hating Trump to not wanting to vote for him. So what did your party do, Mr. Otis, during that 4 years' time to make people get to this point? And you never want to talk about the reasons why people talking about Trump, Mr. Otis. Why don't you talk about that high inflation? They never tell you why people are talking about Trump now. Oh, you just talking about Trump and Project 2025. Talk about what got him to that point. Why don't you never mention the high inflation? Why don't you mention that Kamala Harris was a deciding vote with the American Rescue Plan and the Inflation Reduction Act? She was the deciding vote to bring all these policies in that jacked up inflation. Why don't you talk about how when the Biden-Harris administration got in, they shut down the Keystone Pipeline immediately, which hurt our energy cost, drove our energy costs right up, because I was still working in petrochemical. I remember when the Keystone Pipeline came online, because the Keystone Pipeline was coming all the way down here to Houston. Okay? And when the Keystone Pipeline went online, it started dropping energy costs too. Because when you have more of a supply of crude oil, when you have an oversupply than demand, prices start dropping. When you have a higher demand and a lesser supply of crude oil, prices go up. So immediately, the first day that the Biden-Harris administration got in, they stopped the Keystone Pipeline. 15,000 men lost their jobs. But you're not going to talk about that. All you're going to talk about is Trump and Project 2025. Because some of you, I'm sorry, some of you are slow at this point. Look at because of the inflation, interest rates had to go up. Why did it have to go up? To try to bring down the inflation. If they would have kept it at 2%, 1%, inflation would have been worse than what it is. So they had to jack up interest rates from y'all uncontrolled spending and shutting down energy. Energy affects everything. I'm a 22-year vet of the petrochemical industry, okay? If energy is low, it's going to affect all prices. You better believe that. Sure, it's going to be better for us at the gas pump, right? Great. But all your delivery services, like at the grocery store, when they raise up energy cost, guess who's going to pay? Who's going to offset that cost? You and me. Kroger, H-E-B, Sprouts, wherever, they're going to jack up their prices. Bottom line. And it's not just gasoline. It's diesel fuel that's through the roof, right? And y'all not even really making E85 too much anymore. Used to make E85, but I couldn't fool with E85 if I wanted to. You know, you got your ultra low sulfur diesel and all of that now and that's great. But energy costs are just through the roof. And the Biden-Harris administration is the reason for it. So you mess up the economy and got inflation higher. You start shutting down. Then our strategic reserves, you emptying it out, just almost emptying out, to send oil overseas because of that mess you started with Russia. So now we got to refill up our strategic reserves. And to get the prices down just a little bit, he also tapped into the strategic reserves for that because energy was getting out of control, and that's his fault. and her fault. But none of these shills aren't learned enough to talk about the petrochemical industry and energy costs. They're not learned enough because that's not what the Democrats feed them to talk about. Yes, I know the person from the Heritage Foundation endorsed Kamala, and yes, they don't talk about it. She's excited about every other Republican endorsing her, but she sure didn't get excited about that one, right? The same guy that helped author Project 2025 they love to talk about so much. They're not talking about that gentleman at all. Why she ain't promoting that endorsement? You know what I'm saying? These people who's these shills, they know nothing about anything. And guess what? Their candidate don't know anything either. If it's not written down on a card for her, she don't know. Because if I had to talk to her, I would hit her with all kind of energy questions. More so than anything else. I don't care about, at this point, I don't care. I wouldn't even ask about no race stuff. That's just dumb to me at this point. I would ask her energy questions. I'll ask her, why did y'all shut down the Keystone Pipeline? Why did y'all make 15,000 jobs go away? The gas prices were beautiful when y'all got in office. Why did y'all do that? You know what I'm saying? Then they shut down the building of the wall. Now they went back and said, Biden like, well, we got this money for the wall, so we got to start rebuilding it. Oh, now you want to start rebuilding the wall. If you'd have kept the wall being built, we'd have been okay. But people say, oh, Trump only got this much of the wall built. Okay, let's think about during his presidency. Every time you look up, they were fighting him on trying to build a wall. It's not like he just had, hey, build a wall, we good. No, Nancy Pelosi was fighting against that wall. And makes you ask a question, why are you fighting against a wall? The wall is to keep them out. So why are you fighting against it? Every civilized country I know got some sort of border. But then these same people that fought him about a wall would say, he didn't build hardly no wall because y'all fought against him. And then the thing is, these Democrat shields are so silly, they just run with it. They don't even take 5 minutes to see, okay, let's see what was even in the news at that time period, right? I live in Texas. In Texas, my governor, Greg Abbott, has done everything he could to keep these people out. Who's fighting against him? Biden Harris. He's trying to protect the state of Texas from all these illegal migrants from coming in. And they're fighting against him from doing it. So it's the federal government's job. Well, you're not doing it, so that's why the state of Texas had to do it. This stuff, ladies and gentlemen, is ridiculous. But these people in our community, like I say, some of these older men talking about younger men. And then the thing is, some of them sassy. Some of them, oh Lord, some of them sassy. That's the even sad part. Some of them sassy. Jesus Christ, they sassy. How is it you're more sassy than a woman? Well, what kind of time period I'm living in? That you're more sassy than a woman? And you're supposed to be a doggone man? I don't know. Put down the soy milk, man. Man, get in the gym. Lift you some weights. I don't know. Get you some testosterone shots. I don't know. You really need some testosterone shots or something. Because clearly you got too much estrogen going on because you're too sassy. Arguing with Boule. I seen a video the other day of Boule Martin arguing with Michaela Montgomery. What I look like as a man arguing with a woman? I'm not arguing with no woman. I'm not doing it. I'm like, okay, sister, all right. Yeah. And I'm going to walk off. I'm not arguing with you. I don't argue with women. That's like a thing I don't do. I refuse to argue with a woman. That's not what men's supposed to do anyway. Men's supposed to just, you walk off from a woman. You let her talk. She can talk all day long. Just walk off. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But he up there, you don't want it with me. But when Jamal Green approached Boule Martin, he didn't have all that mouth. But he have a mouth with a woman, but maybe that's his equal. You say you're tired of Brandon Johnson blaming Greg Abbott. Well, it's Brandon Johnson's fault because Brandon Johnson, all he had to do is had the voters, let them vote and get rid of sanctuary city status and told Greg Abbott, hey, we're not a sanctuary city. Don't send them here no more. Greg Abbott would have stopped sending them. He would have stopped. He would have stopped. I promise you he would have stopped. Kathy, I appreciate you, Kathy. You see, we had a hurricane pass through here in Georgia, and a lot of victims don't qualify for FEMA assistance. If they do, what the hell is $750 going to do for displaced family? Nothing. That's not going to put you up in a hotel long. Well, maybe it can put you up in a, like they say, a roach motel, maybe. You know, a roach motel, you know, I mean, that's what the pimps in you know, the 304s and the 16s. Let me use that terminology. The 304s and the 16s. That's where they engage their customers at, right? I don't think you want to be in there for a week or two. Oh God! Look, Rhonda. Hey, we're gonna keep that conversation out of here. We ain't talking about that. If that's what he likes, then hey, got nothing to do with me. We talking about what we talking about, right? I don't get involved in nobody's personal life like that. $750. Well, the people in Hawaii, all they got was $700. So y'all getting $50 more. And when we had the hurricane here in Hurricane Beryl, yeah, they did the same thing with us too. $750. $750 dollars. That's what it was. Sure is. $750. That only replaced that was just about almost replaced all my food. I lost all my food in my refrigerator and my deep freezer. Cause I had a lot of food in my deep freezer. Cause I got a big deep freezer and I keep food in there. Cause just in case, hey, something go down, we got food. You know what I'm saying? I was raised, you know, how many black people was raised to have a deep freezer? Come on now. You know, the old people always taught us to have a deep freezer. Of course, she never answers a real question. She's not going to answer a question. And that's the thing. It's like she won't answer a question. She has to have her speeches written. She can't come off the dome for anything. That's why she was begging Trump so much for a debate, because she needs another debate. She needs it at this point. And then I just saw a video. I don't know if y'all saw it. Old boy, what's his name? James O'Keefe. Well, he used to have Project Veritas, and now he got to his own. Well, you know how he sends those people undercover to get information. Well, he just put out a video. A producer from MSNBC had admitted that they're doing everything they can to get her to win. They say whatever she says that day, they say their job is to amplify it. This dude was admitting that basically MSNBC is basically the MSDNC, like we always said it, but he admitted it. Basically, it's MSDNC. And they're doing everything in their power to get her elected. So MSDNC, there you go. You say you was raised to have a deep freezer? Yeah. Yeah, all of us are raised to have a deep freezer. Gotta have that. But if you live in a hurricane zone, you know, if you can invest in it, you got a house, invest in a Generac, invest in one, because if your house is like, cause my cousin, she had that Generac, and you know, it could run at least 48 hours. We have to put some oil in it. But listen, putting oil in the Generac is cool. It runs off of natural gas. So you're good. Don't bad, you know, it's you have some lights, basically. It powers your whole home. And your fridge, your washing machine, all that. Now, from what she told me when she got hers, whatever they say you need, she said go up a little bit, you know, in the wattage. That way, if you need to run things more than what you need to. But yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm getting so tired of these hurricanes. If I don't never see another hurricane, and I know you can move to certain parts of the country, you never see a hurricane just about, right? But do I really want to be in the snow? I had this lady the other day told me she was from Minnesota, but not Minneapolis, but a little bit above Minneapolis. That lady told me that it gets negative 60 degrees on the wind chill. Well, she's from up there in Minnesota. I said, oh, hell no. Oh, no. Listen, I'm black. I'm built for the sun. I'm not built for the ice cold. Sorry. If it get negative 60 degrees, you would not see Phil come out the house. I would be stocking up on my coffee and my cream and staying my behind in the house, period. Like I said, I'll probably just get outside. The only thing that I would do is go to the gym and go pick up my little girl from school or whatever. But being outside, oh no. And I know my dogs, they couldn't take it. Oh, my dogs, I can see them now. I see them now. They would not want to be out there at negative 60. Oh no. You say the hurricanes are hitting all the sundown towns. You say hot chocolate. Hey, hot chocolate is good, you know. I know my little girl the other day was like, Daddy, could you make some of that abuelita? You know, the one that Nestle one with the chocolate bar. And, and I say, well, I don't know how to make that. He say, yeah, you do. And I look at the package. I look at the package and, it's basically, I think, 4 cups of milk and a little bark of chocolate. Put it on the stove, heat it up till the chocolate basically melts or whatever, stir it up. And then it was good, though. It was good because I never really made it on my own, But yeah. Hot chocolate would be where it's at. I probably would stock up on the abuelita and all that milk and coffee and cream, and you wouldn't see me because when it's cold, you would not feel like even y'all in Chicago. And shout out to y'all in Chicago. Y'all get down them negative temperatures with that wind chill over there in Chicago. Man, y'all wouldn't see Phil outside. Oh no. You say you can't go to Antarctic, man. I'm not trying to go to Antarctic. No, Lord. I tell people this. This is my favorite temperature. I'm going to tell y'all. Like about, no, Lord, I say about 50, I'm going to say about 55 degrees at night, 55 degrees, maybe even down to 52 is okay. And 72, 73 during the day, right? But no humidity, clear skies. If that temperature stayed like that year round, I would love it. Oh my God, I would love it. Stay right there. Don't get no higher than that. Don't get no lower than that. Because when you start going into the 40s and 30s, okay, now it's getting cold. When you get past 75 and going to 80, 90, 100, that's way too hot. But right there, you can get outside if you want to in them low 70s. You can still barbecue, do something outside. It's great. It's not cold all freaking day. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. You say you like a good cappuccino? Yeah, but now I do decaf, though. I don't drink caffeine. I don't do no caffeinated anything. I'm going to tell you why I don't drink caffeine. I did my research on caffeine years ago. And if you like to drink coffee like that, caffeine is hard on your kidneys. And when I did the research about, how hard caffeine is on your kidneys, I said, okay, no more of that for me. And I just got off of caffeine. I just went straight decaf. So if it's not decaf, I won't drink it. You say you got a good old Georgia fall and winter in a day of the week. Yeah. Well, over there in Atlanta, it gets a little colder in Atlanta from what I noticed than it do here. Because I go to Atlanta, I say, ooh, boy, it's a little colder, But it's all good. And shout out to Atlanta, man. Shout out to Atlanta. Hopefully next year, I would love to bring in a good FBA brother. Hopefully, we get the budget for it. Bring in a good FBA brother from Atlanta, a reporter, next year. Hopefully that's the plan. A good FBA brother out that city. We need somebody out of Atlanta, good FBA brother. But, when I do that, I announce that and post that. My favorite place to post for jobs, LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn for jobs. God, I love that place. I've gotten so many good people off of LinkedIn. So if you got a business and you need some good people on LinkedIn, so look for them there. That's my number one hiring spot at LinkedIn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you say cold Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta is cool, man. One thing I love about Atlanta, I love to see all the successful black people. I mean, I don't see how people hate on other people. I get motivated by seeing successful black people. I really do. It's like, wow, man, look how good they doing. Like, man, what are they doing? Like that. I just get impressed with that. I even may talk to a black person, like, bro, what you do for a living? Oh, I do. I say, oh, really? I love to see that. I don't see how people hate on people. I don't know. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the stream tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't ghost watch. Also, do me a favor. Everybody hit the like button. And the reason why we ask y'all that as content creators is because the way these algorithms work is that if y'all like the thing, it say, oh, they must like it. So we're going to promote it more. Understand? So it look like 1,200 or so of you here. If all y'all can click that like button and let them know that, hey, we'll spread it out and all of that. And also those of you who are watching us on Twitch, we're streaming on Twitch now, seeing how that'll work over there on that platform, because it's too easy not to stream on multiple platforms. So anybody who's watching us over there, we greatly appreciate you doing that. But thank y'all for watching and hearing me just going through my little rant tonight. This was just a rant for me. It was nothing really planned.